Hi gamers, it's Kristin and I have some 2017 favorites for you. This is going to be the first in my Gehm Changers series. I have before me products for my face, and I just want to say that 2017 was an amazing year. There was a lot of changes for me, and some of those affected my work life, my personal life, my hair life, and it definitely affected my YouTube life with the change in, I changed positions where I work and in the move and everything. I didn't do my monthly favorites. I would like to really get back into that this year. I missed that, so hopefully look forward to those again this year. And because of that though, there might be some products in here that you're like, really? I didn't hear you talk about that much, but that would be why. So I am in the process of, very quickly, and then I promise I'm getting onto the video, I'm in the process of redoing this room. I've had it painted. If you watch the vlogs or my lives, you're familiar with that. And I'm just kind of, you know, nothing is permanent here. I just kind of wanted to put something back here so it didn't look so ridiculous. It's kind of roughly what it's going to look like. And that back there is a plant because I wanted to see what it looked like in here. So if you see things sticking down my head. Okay, let's just get into it. All right. So for primers, this is going to be no surprise. This is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I've gone through an entire one of these already, and this is a new one, and I'm down to there already. I absolutely love this primer. It is by far the best primer I would say that I have ever used in all of my years of using primers, and it has overtaken the Guerlain Leors that it's my attempt at saying it right, that I loved so much that was limited edition. It was not the one with the flex, but the one with the balls. It was around 3 years ago now, something in the summer. Anyway, I loved that. But this, absolutely love this primer. So that, anything by the way that I have a review on, I don't on that, but if I have a review on it, I'll list it below for you. Okay, so what's funny is that I pulled this. I'm just going to mention it, even though I didn't discover, oh, by the way, I should have said in the beginning, my Gehm Changer series are new products that I've tried out in this last year and fell in love with enough for them to make the cut. I don't do like old products or anything, just things that were new. They may have been out in the market for years, but they were new to me in 2017. Okay, so I'm just gonna give this quick mention because I did save the bottle and had it pulled. This is the Chanel Le Beige. I guess I looked it up last night and I did talk about this in my 2017 favorites, but when I pulled this to use it up, I fell in love with it all over again. So if you're looking for something that's got good longevity, good coverage, a nice healthy glow to it, the Chanel Le Beige is really, really a good one, and I'm in the shade number 20. Okay, so on to one that I did find in 2017, and that's the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Lines Foundation. I was really surprised. I'm using it in the shade Light. I don't think they have one in Fair because the light is just a little bit dark for me right now in the dead of winter, but it was perfect in the summer and early fall. I really like this foundation. My only issue with it is that it's not super long wearing, but I'll talk about what I used with that. But it is what I'm wearing today. You can see just the nice finish it gives. It's just stunning. It's just a really pretty finish. Has great coverage. I really like it. I do have a review of this and then a couple other products that I will list below for you guys. So to add to the longevity of that foundation, any other foundation, or to add some coverage, this is another product that I discovered this year and fell in love with. I would say this is by far my favorite powder foundation now, and I am not alone in that. Originally IT Cosmetics had sent me a whole bunch of shades in these, and so I passed them along to friends, and I know some friends that have fallen in love with this as well. I am in the shade Light in this. And if that doesn't tell you, with as many powder foundations as I have, how much I like this. It is, it's super creamy. It has great coverage. You can wear it just by itself. I don't know if you'll be able to, probably not. You can wear it just by itself, or you can wear it like I do with a little bit fluffier brush, buff it into the skin. I love this, and the combination of these two has been amazing for me. Absolutely amazing. I really, really like it. A drugstore powder that I fell in love with this year as well is the Maybelline Fit Me, and I have the shade in Nude Beige, number 125. Same idea. It's not quite as much coverage as some of the other ones, which I'm not sure why I keep just watching. You're not going to be able to see it. You would think after all these years I would realize you can't see a powder foundation. But it just has a really nice creamy texture. You don't see it on the skin, which I find sometimes with drugstore powder foundations, you see it on the skin. I don't feel like I see it on the skin. And do they actually, they call this just a pressed powder. But there's definitely, you can see there's more color in that than just a pressed powder. I really like this for a light setting when I don't need a ton more coverage. And then lastly, nothing like going from Maybelline to Clé de Peau. The Clé de Peau foundation, I will list the actual name of it below because it's not on here and it's not on the little compact in there. But so the powder foundations, I'll link to all the pieces if you would like, but I had purchased the brush separately. I do really like this brush for touch-ups on the go. It's very soft and it just works really well when you're trying to, like I said, it just works better than a sponge when you're trying to freshen up on the go. So this is, it is the smoothest powder foundation, it should be for the money, the smoothest powder foundation that I have ever used. And I would have to say, of the Clé de Peau products that I tried, with the exception of the oil, because I do really like that oil. This was the favorite of the products that I tried from Clé de Peau. And I kind of went on a little Clé de Peau splurge. I don't even know, it must have been spring that I bought a bunch of items from them. So I really liked this. It was wonderful to use. I very much enjoyed that. Okay, let's talk about a couple of bronzers. I discovered last year, and I talked about that I just don't love, bronzers are a necessity, but it's not like, ooh, a new bronzer. That's not how I really roll. But I did have two bronzers that I used this year that I very much liked, and so I want to talk about. One of them you can see I made a pretty significant dent in, and this is the Becca Capri Coast bronzer, and this has, it is a little bit of a sheen to it. It looks like more of a sheen there than it actually does, but it's just a very pretty, warms up your skin, doesn't look too orange. You can see it has a little bit of a sheen, so the light bounces off of it. Nice wear time. Really liked that one. But the one that I wore the most this year, and it just works perfectly for my skin, was a recommendation actually from some of you. I think I was with Tika in Dallas, and I want to say this was in like January, February, something like that. I don't know. It was early in the year. And we were doing a live in Sephora, and somebody said to try this because I was looking for a new bronzer. And this is the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze Fair to Light. I have to tell you guys, you see how much product is still in there. I definitely have a really good dip in that, but if you are looking for a bronzer that's going to last you a very long time, look good on the skin, become part of your skin, this is a great bronzer. Absolutely amazing. I really like it. I still don't know that I found one that is as good as, and let me show you. I have one of these because my dear friend Kristin321 sent it to me because she didn't love it like I did. I've used up a full one of these. This is the MAC Aphrodite Shell bronzer, and see how it just has a little bit of a mauve-ish undertone to it? That seems to work really well for my skin. And I've just not found one that has that exact sort of, clearly I have one to use up here because Kristin was very sweet to send it to me. So anyway, those were my two favorites of the year. I liked how they looked on my skin. I just would love to find one that's permanent that has that sort of mauve undertone to it. Anyway, here's a product that I used quite a bit, then I put it away, and when I was cleaning my drawers, I was doing just kind of like a rearrange or whatever, and I was like, ugh, why did I put that away? I really liked this product a lot. This is by Beauty Junkies, and it's their contour palette. And one of the things I loved in here was this highlight, and actually that is in, I want to say sand. It was stunning, but you can see by the dirtiness of this, I got a lot of good use out of this. I feel like the powders they're very nice. They're not super chalky, which sometimes they can, you know, sometimes products like this can be a little bit chalky. I didn't feel like they were chalky at all. I love how thin this is. It does travel well. I had it in my kit when I did some weddings this summer, so I am a big fan of that contour palette. If you're looking for one that's a little more reasonably priced than some of the other ones, that is a good one. Okay, let's move on to some color here. I have two blushes and kind of a blush palette. I'll talk about the blush palette. So Jess from Love for Lacquer, she did this collection with Itsy, and that's ITT TSE, I think. And there were these 4 shades in there. I've used this quite a bunch. This one in particular, I just love. It's so pretty. It does have some sheen to it, but it works really well as a blush. Kind of gives you that, I'm gonna build it up just a little bit so you guys can really see the color. It kind of gives you that peaches and cream sort of look. And that is in the shade Girl Boss. And then there were 3 highlights in that collection as well. I think that it's still available. I purchased this separately, but you can purchase it all as a package for, it was really reasonable. But I just really liked, I have purchased some before from Etsy and really enjoyed the formula. And these, not only do they work well on the cheeks as highlight, but they work amazing as lid colors as well for your eyes. So I really like that. I kept pulling it out. I would go back to it and go back to it and go back to it, which is something that will then land you in my 2017 favorites. So my blushes, one of these is not going to be a surprise to you at all. The dip, the amount that I've used of this blush, I'm not sure if you could see how much like I've worked down, but this is the shade that came in the birthday gift from Sephora, and it's in the shade Party with like 800 A's, or just 3 A's, one or the other. It's such a pretty shade. It's an amazing everyday go. That's just one swatch there. I'm just gonna build it up a little bit. I like to do that for blushes so you guys can see. This, and you don't have to just get it in the kit. You can, they sell it singly. I don't know if they did always, or if they realized that people were really liking it, and you know, but they did make it available at least at some point through the year when I started linking it. Love this. If I had to pick one blush to use for the rest of my life, I think it'd probably be this. All right, the next one is from J Cat Beauty, and it's Love Struck Blusher and Bronzer in Sweet Pea Pink. And this had a bunch of stuff on it, I think, when I first bought it, like something shiny, like the shape of a cat or something. Again, I've used a ton of this one. And I tried a bunch of things from J Cat Beauty earlier in the year. I want to say springtime, so it looks like. And this is the only thing that I liked, I think, and still kept. I think I destashed the rest of everything, but I really like this. This is what I'm wearing on my cheeks today. I do have a highlight on, which I'll talk about in a minute, but this is what I have on my cheeks today. It's really nice. I would absolutely, if I didn't, you know, have 8 bajillion blushes, I would consider purchasing some more of these because I like the formula that much. For me, a blush, it's really important that I feel like it can become part of my skin. If it looks to me like a blush is just sitting on my skin or I can't blend it well, I'm out, tapping out, not interested in that. So, okay, to shake this one up, this one I just used the other day. So I absolutely love these. And actually, I'm going to throw something in here with this, even though I'm going to do tools probably in another video, and I'll talk about it again, but I just want to talk about these. So, together. This is the NARS Liquid Blush. I have the shade in Orgasm and the shade in Dolce Vita. I love these, particularly the Orgasm shade. I'll put a little bit on my hand for you guys to see of both of them. So that's Orgasm before I blend it out. And I've worn this a bunch in videos. I know one of the favorites videos I did, I had it is so pretty. It's just so pretty. And then Dolce Vita is a little bit darker. And that looks like that. Let me see if I can blend it out here. I have way too much. You hardly have to use any of this. Try to make use of the amount that I put on there. So pretty, and I have loved, I mean, you could use it with an e.l.f. small stipple as well, but I really feel like this works better with that product, and this is the Beauty Junkies Mini Duo Fiber Stippling Brush. The combination of those two, I have to grab a little wipe, otherwise this is going to be permanently on my hand all day long. And I have a meeting to go to. So the finish of those, you can use those over a powder foundation, which is huge for me. So many cream products, while I would like how they look and like the finish, that's just what I do. I do a foundation and I do a powder foundation over the top of it. And if I can't do that, then I'm not interested in cream products. So much so that I have gotten rid of most of my cream products. And then lastly, in regard to blush and another cream product, is the Alouette face paint. And this was in berry something. I know you guys showed me. Blooming berry. This came in I think in a boxy charm. And I really enjoyed this both on my, I'll put a little on my hand here. Both, that is more than a little. Both on my lips and on my cheeks. It's just really pretty. I feel like the longevity is good on this. Again, I can put it over a powder foundation and it works just well. And they're just, I'm telling you, the fact that I found 2 cream products this year that work well over powder foundation is quite amazing, I must say. All right, we are nearing the end. I have another, actually, sort of cream liquid product. So I have 3 highlighters that I want to talk about. This one, I think, came to me very at the beginning of the year, and this is the Algenist Reveal Concentrated Luminizing Drops. So the one in particular that I like, there are different shades, is the shade in Pearl. So I'm just put a little on my hand here. I use these in a couple of different ways. I will use this for a nice highlight just on my cheeks with a small stipple or an even smaller brush than that. I have, again, way too much on here. It's just so pretty. Let me take some of this off and then give you an idea of what it looks like on the skin. Do you see how that, oh, it's so pretty. So I will use it just like that, or I will mix it in with if I just want just the hint of it, I'll mix it in with a little foundation and put it right where I want that highlight. It's so pretty, and these work so well. They're very versatile to use for many different reasons. This is probably the highlighter I use the most throughout the year. It doesn't look like it. Or, well, I guess through the second half of the year, because I think I got it this summer. So it's the Pure Essence, sorry, I should show you that. The Pure Essence Nude Highlighter. I think a lot of people are talking about this year. I couldn't find it for the longest time, and then I think I was shopping with my friend Alicia in Indiana and happened to find it. It's right there. Again, you want to see it. This is a very nice highlight if you want just something subtle. You don't want a kabam in your face sort of highlight. This is beautiful. It's just, again, it becomes part of your skin. You guys, you've heard me say that before. I just think that's key in makeup looking relatively natural, even though you're still wearing makeup, is that it really needs to become part of your skin, and that is key. And then this came in at the very end of the year, but I could not mention it. I love this. This is the highlight that I'm wearing today. The first time I put it on, I was like, oh, yes, please. It's like the shade I feel like I've been looking for forever. And this is the Becca, what is it? Shimmering Skin Perfector in Vanilla Quartz. So packaging looks like this. I don't know if this is limited edition or not. So even though this just came in the very last few weeks of the month, I want to make sure I mentioned it in case it's limited edition, because I think you would really like this. You guys know I don't ever say you need to buy this, because I don't think nobody needs to buy anything. But this is pretty. This is what I have on my cheeks today. I've used it on a live a couple of times. It's so pretty. You can have it, so I went down here, see that? You can do it with a lighter brush and get just a little hint of it. Or today I used the Gossel egg-shaped brush. What is this one? 10. And it was really kind of kapow. And then I blended it a little bit. It's so pretty. I really think that you should give this one a look, at least. At least consider this one. And then very lastly is one that I have to say, I am surprised how much I liked it. I was like, I don't know about that. And the more I use it, the more I liked it. This is the Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray. This came in a BoxyCharm as well. It has a little, you get a little thing in there. But there's just something about this. It illuminates without making you look greasy. And I'm just gonna try to, do you see how fine that mist is, for one? That's very unique to this product. Not everything has that. I can see, let me just fix my hair now that I pulled it all out of the way. And it just adds this little bit of a glow to your face without, like I said, you don't look greasy, you don't look like you just sprayed something, you just look healthy and glowy. And I'm a big fan of that, so I wanted to give that a mention. And that, my friends, ends my face favorites. Or my face game changers. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave it below. If you had a favorite face product, I want to hear about it too, that I didn't talk about, so let me know that below as well. So I think I've told you everything that is on my face today. On my eyes, I used the Jaclyn Hill palette, and on my lips, I just actually have been using this little Fresh Sugar Nude Lip Treatment. Just has a nice little color, and it's going to be on my Use It Up for 2018. So I decided to go ahead and use it today. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. And everything that you do, be beautiful. Bye.